bring to you something totally different, something inspirational, something funny, sometimes something that tugs at your heartstrings, but all the time something that inspires you no matter what. That being said, I would like to give a big warm welcome to Anne.
Thank you.
Don't be afraid to just get right into that mic, Anne. You're not. The court is not in session, so just relax. We were just joking about how if you guys were at home, you and your lovely daughter, everybody would be in PJs watching their favorite show right now, right?
That's right.
So that inspired me to do a pajama night San Diego show where we all come in our pajamas. And you guys are welcome to come back to be here for the pajama party on the San Diego show. I already called dibs on the big, what are they called again? The one.
The butt flap one?
No, not the butt flap one.
Footy jammy.
A footy jammy. I want to track down the red footy jammies that I had as a kid. That was when I was like, what, 15? No.
I don't think I'd be allowed on the station if I was going to wear my PJs.
Well, please don't tell me where I think you're going to tell me. We do have a minor in the studio present.
I know, I'm not saying nothing.
And I'm not talking about Joseph Tyler either. But, once again, give it up for our videographer, Joseph Tyler, who, thanks to all of you guys that will be watching this on Facebook and YouTube, he kind of saved our keisters, because if we are not transmitting or streaming over the internet, we will be, thanks to Joseph and his wonderful videography skills and editing skills. But Anne, I had the wonderful and amazing pleasure and honor to tour the facilities at Partnership with Industry.
Partnerships with Industry. Yeah.
I have no idea why I'm having
PWI.
I know, it's just, but see, that sounds like a condition. Like, how long have you had PWI? And it doesn't. But Partnerships with Industry, and it's so funny because you pull up to this place and you never think that that's what is there, because they look like it's an industrial complex. There's offices, and you walk in, and there's cubicles, and then there's a hallway, and that opens up into this just big, grand, amazing open area, and I just saw dozens of people in there, all smiling, all having a great time, laughing, but very focused at what they were doing at their job. And I was blown away to hear the stories of the physical challenges that these people, these lovely, amazing souls, are faced with. Brave warriors, I call them, because not only are they given this challenge, but they rise above it. Tell me a little bit, Anne, about how you got started with them, and what is it that inspires you about your job?
Well, before my son was born, I'd been working with children with disabilities, and then I was a stay-at-home mom for a while, and I wanted to go back to work, and I wanted to do something with people with disabilities again, and I happened upon this wonderful company, Partnerships with Industry, and it's amazing to me to see our clients go to work. They go to work every day, they get on the bus, they go to work, and they do jobs that most of us would take for granted, that most of us would see as transitional jobs, courtesy clerking, being an usher at a movie theater, cleaning the carpets at a casino, things like that. They go to work every day with passion for those jobs, because they're happy to have a job to go to, they're happy to get up in the morning and have a purpose, just like you and I. We all want to have a purpose when we get up in the morning and have something to do, and supported employment does that for them, because they have the supports that they need to be able to do those jobs every day. We provide them with a job coach that's free of charge to the employer, so they have a supervisor or supports depending on the kind of job that they have, so that they have what they need in order to be successful.
I also had the privilege of going up to Viejas Casino, and that beautiful location that also has an outlet center, and there's a hotel coming soon. And I got to see them in action there as well, and saw very dedicated, uniformed employees that were doing their job, very focused. And that level, walk me through the levels, because there's 3 levels of skills that are taught, and for some of them that get to master at one level, if there's an opening, they proceed on to the next one. But you guys always are carefully match the clients with exactly what they can do. Tell me a little bit about how that works.
Our program is individualized to each client and what their abilities and their needs are. We have a base program, which is an outsourcing kind of a program where they do assembly work. They assemble medical goggles and package them up and ship them off. We've assembled holsters for the military and shipped them to Afghanistan. We've assembled the camel backpacks and also shipped them over to the military. So if you see a soldier on TV wearing a camelback, that could very well have been assembled by one of our clients. That's our base program, and with that, they're on site in a workshop that we have, and they learn about being professional. They learn about coming to work and being on time, and general work skills. Once they're doing really well there and they're successful, our next level of service is group services or an employee leasing program, and with that, such as with Viejas Casino, they contract with us. The clients are employed by partnerships with industry. We provide a job coach or supervisor with them full-time all day, and they work at the site for the employer. Viejas has been an amazing, supportive employer. We started with one group of 3 clients there. We now have 3 groups and 9 clients and 3 job coaches working up there. They were so impressed with the work that our clients did that they wanted more.
That's amazing.
And we're often told that they do, an even better job than some of their quote-unquote normal employees, which is a great compliment and which makes them feel so good. Our clients are essentially responsible for cleaning the carpets.
That does kind of bring a few giggles here in the studio, and it's not out of disrespect. It's just that is, it should be shocking, you know what I mean? But I think that just goes to show that when you give an opportunity to these individuals, that for whatever reason they were born with this challenge, with this uphill struggle, much like in the words of Mark Goffney, the guitarist we were referring to earlier, who was born with no arms, but went on to learn guitar. He said something so powerful at the end of the interview that we did when we met him in the studio. He says, I don't look at myself as somebody with a disability. He says, I just look at myself as a guy who loves to play guitar, who loves to sing, who just happens to have no arms. And he goes, and that's just how I get, carry on through life. He says, that's you guys who look at it that way. And so to hear that, when I was touring with you the other day on site at Viejas and in that facility there at the complex, you were saying how they'll get to work like an hour early.
Yes.
They learn the bus routes usually with one of the job coaches, and then once they've memorized the bus routes and all that, they arrive sometimes an hour early. They're just waiting to go to work with a smile on their face. Talk to your other office staff who said that when they get there in the parking lot, they're already waiting outside. They're just excited, pumped, ready to go to work. And they actually give a round of applause to your office crew that shows up in the morning.
It's impossible to show up for work at Partnerships with Industry with a bad attitude or feeling like you're going to have a bad day, because as soon as you get out of your car, there's someone there greeting you with a smile. And there's somebody that says, good morning, and how are you, and wants to shake your hand. There's one client in particular, I love to run into him because every time I see him, every day, he says, well, you look nice today.
Aww.
And it doesn't matter if I'm having a terrible day and I really actually look awful. To him, he thinks I look okay, and then, it makes me feel good.
It's literally, they're like the cheerleading squad there at PWI. Who was the lovely gal I was speaking to in the office who told me that story?
That's Tara. She's our contract services assistant manager. She's in charge of production and quality control. And she's amazing. She's the same way. She has, you can't spend time with Tara and not smile and be happy.
And there's someone else in that office as well, right? Could you have...
That's Priscilla, and she is our contract services manager in charge of production.
Wow. And they were just saying how they'll be knocking on the window exactly at 8 o'clock saying, let's go. Or when somebody pulls up in the car, they actually cheer and say, yay, Tara's here, or yay. And I was just thinking to myself, wouldn't that be cool if we all were that way? And celebrated, like I would be like, yay, Steven's here with his zombie car.
You know, do that.
He showed up for work, and it's about celebrating the little victories, and that's something that I learned by being around their presence. I was like I almost choked up because when we went in there to say hi to them, they just gave me a rock star welcome just because I stopped by to say hi, and all of a sudden we all started, to taking pictures together, and everybody's, insisting that I shake, their hand all the way around. And there was like a couple hundred people in there, and so I kind of felt like I was running for office for a second, waiting for somebody to hand me babies to kiss and whatnot. But I shook every hand and took photos with every single person in there, and they were just so excited that someone came by to say hi and to talk to them, and they would walk up and say, I love working here, and this is great. Somebody else walked up and said, I have my own apartment, I live on my own, and just so proud of those little victories that to us are like whatever, we take it for granted, but for them it's like it's a seal of it's a badge of honor, that they've conquered that.
And with just a little extra support is really all they need. Just a little extra support, and they can accomplish so much, and they have so much potential, and we can all learn so much from them, with their attitude and with their acceptance of people, and just their amazing hearts. Almost all of the clients that I know have just the biggest hearts, and they touch me every day. It's a joy to go to work. I am blessed to have the best job, hands down. And I just wish that more people would know and understand just what people that have, developmental disabilities are capable of, and if they could understand what a positive difference that they would make in their workplace. Because the employers that have hired our clients see that. They see the positive difference that our clients make in their workplace. It's really a win-win situation. It gives our clients a job. It helps make them less reliant on the government. It makes them taxpayers, so it stimulates the economy. It gives them a tax break for hiring someone with a disability. It promotes goodwill within the community. It's just a win-win. And just to get employers to see that and understand that, the unemployment rate among people with developmental disabilities is 75%.
Unbelievable.
And it really doesn't have to be. That there are so many people that want to be working, that are capable of working, that aren't. So it's just a matter of awareness. So, I've just got to be out there banging the drum all the time, making everybody aware.
Well, the San Diego show, it's our motto here, the cast and crew, the motley crew that we are, to reveal those hidden treasures in San Diego. And I'm telling you right now, not only is partnerships with industry a treasure in San Diego, but the wonderful clients and amazing, talented, and skilled clients that were given that opportunity are treasures in themselves, because they inspire, the rest of us to appreciate everything in our lives that much more. And it's sad that it takes, looking at our fellow man who's struggling with a challenge for us to appreciate, our legs, our motor skills, our hands, our brains, our functionality, our jobs. These people are excited to come to work, and I don't know a lot of people that get pumped up to show up and clock in for work, and maybe not all of us are lucky enough to choose a job that where we can't call it work, but just the same, if you just change your perspective, even if it's not your ultimate job of choice. If you just change your perspective on things and realize how blessed you are just to even have a job right now, then that should tell you everything. So that being said, I would like to give a huge round of applause to Partnerships with Industry. And before we go to a break, is there anything you'd like people to know? A website that we can refer to? Is there a way for people to volunteer there? I mean, how is it that people can help out or refer people to you, referring clients to you? What is it that you would want to say to those people listening?
There are a variety of ways to support Partnerships with Industry. We are a nonprofit, so we do rely on donations. We do fundraising. We're having our annual Success Luncheon on November 10th at the Omni Hotel. There's information about our luncheon on our website at www.pwiworks.org. And we do rely on people to make donations. If you own a business and you have an entry-level job, be it filing or janitorial work, gardening, our clients are capable of many things. So if you've got a business and you need to hire somebody to do an entry-level job, please call me, because I have a client that I can set up with you that's interested in doing that kind of work. So giving somebody a job, making a donation, any of those things are great ways. And tell people about Partnerships with Industry. Those are the ways to support it.
All right, you heard it there. www.pwi.org.
www.pwiworks.org.
PWIworks.org.
PWIworks.org.
All right. And I'll be posting that on the Facebook as well tomorrow, so there'll be a link on there. So, with that, again, can we just give her a nice other round of applause? Because I had to get that website link in there. Anne, I told you in person when I was doing the tour, thank you for what you do. I know, everybody there is so humble and gracious there at PWI, saying, it's our job and this is what we do. We love working here, but still, that you deserve hugs all around, everyone there, because it's not easy. It takes a lot of patience and dedication to work, side by side with them every painful step of the way until they master what they do, and then you just turn them loose, and then they just, just wreak inspiration all over the place wherever they're at. And so I was very touched by them as well. So do what you can to support them, everybody. Join us in a few minutes as we return to the adventures of the San Diego Show.